Text coding is a strategy that's specifically designed to help students who know how to decode text well. They can read the text. They just really don't stop and think as they're reading. So you may have a student who will read a complete text and you ask them simple comprehension questions at the end and they don't know what they've just read. So text coding helps students stop and think as they're reading. And it also helps build comprehension because after they finish coding the text, they actually stop and talk in small groups about how they've coded the text and look for differences so that they have to defend their code. Okay, we're going to text code a section of text today in the article we've been working on, Want Safe Travels, Find Freeways with These Features. So what I want you to think about is the three codes that we're going to use. The codes that were specifically developed for this text are P for positive information pertaining to safe travel, N for negative information pertaining to safe travel, and F for facts, and that may neither be positive or negative. That's facts from the article. So looking at paragraph 1, we have the logo for the National Science Foundation where discoveries begin. I'm going to code that as an F for fact because that's factual information. That's telling us who wrote this article. This is from the National Science Foundation. As we look at the headline of this article, Want Safe Travels, Find Freeways with These Features, I'm going to call that P because I view that as positive because it's talking about features that may help us become safe on the roadways. So this study that we're going to learn about actually has found features that make highways safer. So I'm going to call that P for positive. So after this, I see the date that this article came out, November 16, 2017. I'm going to say that's F. That's a fact. Okay, I think you get the idea of text coding. I want you to try this out a little bit. So go ahead and in that caption next to the picture, go ahead and read that paragraph and code that using one of the codes that I shared with you a moment ago. Okay, I think you two have finished coding that. Could you talk a little bit about the way that you coded that paragraph?
I gave the first sentence, a solid median, wide shoulders, minimal hills, and a high speed limit. Brigham Young University researchers explore freeway features that minimize crash risk. I give that a positive. In my mind, minimizing a crash risk is definitely a positive. So that's why I did that way.
Did you have the same code?
No, I had a fact code because if you are on a hill and then you have high speed, then that can also go into something, into an accident or lost control of the vehicle.
So what you're seeing here is that these students had a difference in the way that they coded, which is actually in the instructor's case something you want to see because we've tricked them into rereading that section of text and talking about it, looking for nuanced differences in the text, and that's really important to help them build comprehension. Okay, could you talk a little bit about the way that you coded this text?
Sure. I went for the very first sentence. I went with positive because I thought to me it just sounded like a positive. There's a positive meaning behind it, and then for the second sentence where it says Brigham Young University researchers explore, I put fact for that. Explore freeway features because it seems it's something that you could prove or disprove. So I thought it was a fact.
Great. And were your codes similar or different?
Well, for the first sentence, I had a P, N, and F because I thought it was both positive and factual. In the second one, I give it an F for facts.
So as an instructor, one thing that I would say to make sure that you have your students do is to they can't make that trick. They have to pick only one code. And you kind of want them to struggle a little bit, and you want the codes to be ambiguous on purpose because, again, that's what leads to that deep conversation when they go back and really look more closely at the text. So it's a way to trick students into going back and rereading the text and discussing it afterward. That's why that strategy works well.